Sir, what are the general requirements for filing income tax returns?
See, there are different types of requirements depending upon the source of income and general information. Means general information is required for all those who are wants to file the return of income. But specific information means it depends upon the source of income, maybe from salaries, maybe from business, maybe from property sale, maybe from rental income, maybe from other sources. So what the general information required is the name as per Aadhaar card copy, PAN card, male or female gender, date of birth, address, email ID, phone number, residential address, residence status, maybe in India or out of country, and what is the sources of income, means how many sources he is having, salaries, business, house property, property sale, other sources, all the what is source of income, and e-verification. Every income tax filer, every income tax for every person who wants to file income tax return has to verify with the PAN card with Aadhaar link, that is called e-verification. Without that, income tax return cannot be filed. Next, contact numbers. What is a phone number, mobile number or contact number, and all the bank account details, maybe loan accounts or savings accounts or current accounts or accounts with cooperative banks or accounts with non-bank financial companies. Every details they has to provide. Next, deposits. What are the deposits is having with banks, financial institutions, companies also. He has to provide the detail. He has to provide the details of deposits. Next, exemptions. Suppose a person is having some exemption under HRA. I mean, to claim HRA, he has to say that how much is the rent he is paying, and that person also should accept that he is collecting so and so rent.
Yes, sir.
And TDS compliances. This all the details has to be made available to file the return of income. Next is TDS. Every person who is paying amounts to the taxpayer, they has to make TDS, interest, 10% interest on TDS to commission and contracts on contract payments, rental income. Every person who is paying them, they has to make some TDS. So all the details, the person who is paying the payment and his address, his stand number, and also the details of the source for which he has paid, that he has deducted, the details also to be available for filing the return of income. And one more thing is whether income is above 50 lakhs or below 50 lakhs. If it is his income is below 50 lakhs, if his income is above 50 lakhs, he has to file the details of his personal assets and liabilities along with the return of income. If his income is below 50 lakhs, he need not file, but optional, he may file, he may need not file. But if above 50 lakhs, he has to file all the details of his assets and liabilities. Next, and also along with the return of income, he has to file the details of TDS made by the payer, advance taxes paid, tax collected source by the seller, and as well as any demand is still there and he is paying through that is called self-assessment tax challan. He has to give the details of challan number, challan amount, and bank with which it has paid. All the details has to be paid. And next, there may be reductions under section ETC, some exemptions are there, LSC premiums, housing loan repayments, what we will call children education, up to 1,50,000 is exemption, and all the details of these payments also should be available before filing the return of income. And next also there may be some exempted incomes. Agriculture income, suppose a person is having agriculture income, that is not taxable, but the details has to be given for rate purposes. So he has to provide the details of sale proceeds, expenditure, and net income on that agriculture land. Next is insurance, mediclaims. Suppose every person will undergo insurance policy, health care, and he also eligible for mediclaim benefit, mediclaim policy insurance claim benefit up to rupees 15,000. So he has to give the details of those details also. And next, everybody will get the children education.
Yes.
And for his own education also. So they are eligible for exemption under section for education loan, interest on education, that also to be made available to the for filing the return of income. Next, TDS application. Suppose sometimes what happens is if you give to the banker or other person not to deduct the tax because my income is below that one. Even that detail also he has to file. So all these details only can make the person to file his return. Otherwise, all the details will make incomplete. You cannot even upload also detail. Yes. So all these returns has to be filed electronically uploaded, and tax has to be paid digitally, and it has to be filed before 31st July if it is not taxable, if it is not under tax audit. If it is more than that, if it is liable under tax audit, it should be filed before 30th September. If any details is insufficient, incomplete, it is stated that there is no details available, means there is no claim. Yes. You need not, there is no deduction available, it means you are not eligible for that claim, or claim is important. If you don't have evidence, you claim it, and when they ask, they will provide the evidence. But if you are not claiming that, even if you have evidence, the department will not accept that. Yes. It means you should know your transactions well, what payments you have made, what taxes you have paid, what are your sources of income, how you have got it, and how it is debited in, how it is deposited to banks. All these details only can make a person to file his return of income successfully. Yes.